Hello, I'm Brennan from Weststock Animal Hospital, and today I'll be showing you how to administer sub-Q fluids to your pet. So helping us out today will be Sir Peanut Butter. So you can untwist the needle from this adapter just like this. It should come out pretty easily. So just like that, you can get rid of your old needle. It's done. When you take out the new needle, you want to uncap it just like this, and you want to make sure this green part right here stays sterile. So you don't want to set it down on anything, you don't want to touch it to anything. The only spot it should go into is this adapter, and nice and easy with this part, you can screw it in just like that. It should stay nice and firm in there like that. So the two clamps on this line are here, and it's on a system with a little rolling wheel. So how you'll unclamp this line on this clamp is you roll this wheel up just like this into this wider part, and then it's flowing here. It's good on this end, and then there's another clamp a little farther up on the line. So this clamp, you can see where it starts wider there and gets skinnier there. So when you take your line, you push it in there, and that's how it's clamped. So it's clamped right now. To unclamp it, you'll slide it out into the wider part, and then you can see it's not clamped down anymore. It's going to be free flowing. So before you administer these sub-Q fluids, you want to make sure there's no air bubbles in your line. Now, when I do that, my fluids are going. So I'm going to go ahead and aim for a trash can if you have it, maybe a sink if you're close to one. And you can go ahead and hold your bag up and get it going, and you can see if there's any air bubbles in your line, and you can also feel them when they're shooting out. So once you're positive there's no air bubbles, you can go ahead, let up on the bag, and you can clamp it again. So I've clamped this one, and now I'm going to go ahead and go over to our patient that is helping us today, and I will show you the rest of the steps here. So where you want to administer your sub-Q fluids is right in between the shoulder blades up here. So you want to make a skin tent. Now when you make your skin tent, you can grab right in between the shoulder blades. So you can kind of grab the skin right here, and it makes kind of a tent. So you can kind of look at my pants here, and when I make a tent, it should kind of look like this. So you pull up, it kind of looks like a tent, and you want to make sure you go right in the middle of it. You don't want to go on the side and pop out through the skin on the other side. You want to aim right in the middle. So that's what I'm going to do here with Peanut Butter, is I'm going to aim right in the middle of the skin tent. So it looks just like that. I'm going to go right in the middle. Just should slide in. Kelly, who's helping me right now, is going to hold the needle in place. If you have somebody to do that for you, that's great. Just in case the pet tries to move away, it's always nice to have somebody else there to kind of help you. So I'm going to go ahead and unclamp it where I clamped it, which is right here. And it's always a good idea just to make sure, check your other clamp, just make sure that's unclamped as well. Now you've got your chamber right here. You want to make sure it's at least half full so you know your fluids are flowing, they're good. So now I'll go ahead and start squeezing and giving these fluids. So you can let gravity kind of take effect, kind of squeeze the bag like this. It will get it in a little faster, get the process done a little sooner, less stress on the pet. So these lines right here, it's got the 1 and the 2. So in between each line here is about 100 mils of fluid. So depending on how many fluids you're told to put into the pet, it's 100 in between. Now you'll notice as you're doing this over time, you'll get a little bubble, a little hump right in here. And that's completely normal. That's what we're looking for here. And so again, gravity will take effect, and all the fluid throughout the day will go down throughout the body. So we've got our fluids going. Peanut Butter's doing great. So now, when you take the needle out, you want to make sure you pinch right where that needle is. So you're going to go ahead and pinch, and then you can take the needle out. The reason why you pinch is because If there's a lot of fluid buildup in there and it's got that hump, if you take it out, it can kind of squirt out a little bit. It'll be a little water. So you just want to hold it for about 15-20 seconds and make sure no water is going to come out of the spot where we administer our fluids. So that is how you administer sub-Q fluids. Have a good day.